The rain had been falling since dawn. That kind of cold autumn drizzle that soaked through clothes and bones and made the whole world look tired. Emily Carter hurried across the parking lot of Sunrise Cafe, tugging her worn jacket tighter around herself. Her daughter Lily's hand was tucked into hers, tiny and cold, but swinging happily like only a 5-year-old's could. "Mama, can we get the blueberry muffin today?" Lily asked, eyes hopeful. "Only if they didn't run out," Emily said with a smile she had to force a little. Money was tight, really tight, but she tried hard to make sure Lily never felt the weight of it. Inside, the warm smell of roasted coffee beans wrapped around them. The cafe wasn't crowded, just a handful of early workers getting their caffeine before facing the day. Emily joined the line, flipping open her wallet to count the few crumpled bills she had left. Ahead of her, a tall man stood alone, soaked from the rain, no umbrella. His hair was plastered to his forehead, his clothes rumpled, his boots muddy. Something about him told her he wasn't doing well. Maybe trouble, maybe heartbreak, maybe both. He kept patting his pockets, worry etched into his brow. Finally, he muttered something under his breath, frustrated, defeated. Lily tugged Emily's sleeve. "Mama, he looks sad." "I think so too," Emily whispered. When the man reached the counter, he asked quietly, "How much is the smallest coffee?" The barista told him. He checked his pockets again, then gave an embarrassed half smile. "I thought I had enough." Emily felt something tug inside her. Not pity, recognition. She'd been there. She'd been the person counting down to the last dollar. She stepped forward before her brain could question her heart. "I'll pay for it," she said. The man turned. His eyes, bright gray with a tired softness, met hers. "You don't have to." "I know," she said, "but I want to." The barista rang both orders together. Lily's blueberry muffin made the girl beam as she hugged Emily's hip. The man wrapped his hands around the hot cup like it was a lifeline. "Thank you, truly." A pause. "What's your name?" "Emily," she said. "And that?" He smiled gently at Lily. "Lily," the girl chirped. "Well, I'm Andrew," he said quietly. "And this means more than you know." Emily smiled. "It's just a coffee." "No, it isn't." There was a shadow in his eyes, something bruised and old. Before she could understand what he meant, he nodded in gratitude and stepped back into the rain. Emily watched him go, a strange feeling lingering in her chest, like the moment before a storm breaks. Life went back to its usual rhythm. Work, picking up Lily from kindergarten, making dinner, handling bills that kept stacking up. She thought about the stranger now and then, wondering if he ever warmed up, wondering why he seemed so lost. That night, rain pattered against the windows again, heavier this time. Emily tucked Lily into bed and stayed awake longer than she wanted, thinking about overdue rent and the electricity bill notice sitting on the counter like a threat. Morning came gray and foggy. Emily was rinsing dishes when the ground suddenly shook. The windows rattled, the plates clattered. Lily dropped her crayons and screamed, "Mama!" An earthquake. But Emily knew noise. This wasn't the earth. This was mechanical, loud, trembling like thunder. She burst outside and froze. A black helicopter was descending over her backyard, wind whipping leaves and dust in a furious halo. Emily shielded her face. Neighbors flung open their doors, gasping and pointing. The helicopter landed neatly, almost gracefully, settling like some massive mechanical bird. The side door slid open, and out stepped Andrew, not soaked, not shabby, wearing a crisp suit, surrounded by 2 security personnel, walking toward her like someone who had walked into storms before and wasn't afraid of them. Emily's mouth dropped. What is happening?" Andrew stopped in front of her, a gentle smile breaking over his face. "Good morning, Emily. Why is there a helicopter in my yard?" "I told you yesterday," he said softly, "that your kindness meant more than you knew." Lily ran out and hid behind Emily's legs, peeking at the giant aircraft. "Mama, is he an alien?" Andrew chuckled. "Not an alien. More like Someone who finally remembered something important. Emily crossed her arms, heart pounding. Andrew, please explain what's going on. He took a slow breath, rain fog curling in the air between them. I wasn't doing well yesterday. I dressed down, left everything behind, and went into town because I needed space from my own life, an overwhelming life. A privileged one, yes, but lonely in ways people don't imagine. He hesitated. I've built companies, a lot of them. I'm CEO of Axton Global. The name hit her. Everyone knew it. Billion-dollar tech giant. Emily blinked. You're what? That coffee was the first genuinely human gesture I've received in months, he said quietly. Everyone wants something from me. Everyone looks at what I am, not who I am. But you, he pointed gently toward her heart. You saw a soaked stranger and helped. It was just coffee, Emily murmured. No, it was compassion. The wind shifted. A leaf skittered across his shoe. I spent last night thinking about it, he continued, and I decided I'm done letting kindness go unnoticed, especially kindness from someone who needs it back for once. Emily frowned. I don't expect anything. I know, he said. That's why you deserve everything. He motioned toward the helicopter. Come with me, both of you, just for a day. I want to show you something. Emily's instinct screamed no. He was still a stranger, even if he was a billionaire one. But something about his eyes calmed her. Warm, sincere, grounding. Where? She asked. Somewhere that changed me, he said. A place I haven't visited since my mother died, that made her chest tighten. She glanced at Lily, who whispered, Mama, can we go? The helicopter is so cool. Emily exhaled. Okay, but if anything feels unsafe, you have my word, Andrew said. They boarded the helicopter. Lily squealed with every vibration, every rise of the ground shrinking below them. Emily, meanwhile, squeezed her daughter's hand, heart racing but strangely peaceful. They flew over forests, rivers, rolling golden fields. After nearly 40 minutes, the helicopter landed near a small lakeside cabin surrounded by towering pines. This is where I grew up, Andrew said as they walked toward the porch. Before money, before everything. The cabin was old but beautiful, hand-built, sturdy, full of nostalgia. Inside there were family photos on the mantel. One showed Andrew as a boy, standing beside a woman with kind eyes. She taught me everything about kindness, he murmured. When she died, I buried myself in work. I became cold, closed off. Emily listened quietly. She wasn't used to men opening up this deeply. Yesterday, he continued, something in you reminded me of her. That simple act of seeing someone. Emily didn't know what to say. Her heart felt tender and heavy. They spent hours at the cabin. Lily played by the lake, splashing in the shallows with excitement, while Emily and Andrew talked on the porch. He learned about her struggles, raising a child alone, living paycheck to paycheck, dreams she once had but folded away when life demanded sacrifice. And he didn't pity her. He listened, really listened. The kind of listening that made Emily feel visible for the first time in years. At sunset, Andrew led them to a small dock. The water glowed gold. Lily fell asleep in Emily's lap. Andrew looked out over the lake. Emily, I want to help you. Not because you want something, not because I owe you, but because your goodness deserves room to breathe. Emily shook her head softly. I don't want charity. I'm not offering charity. He turned to her, voice steady. I'm offering partnership. Emily looked up sharply. What? You're smart, grounded, caring, exactly the kind of person my foundation has been missing. I want you to work with me. High salary, flexible hours, benefits for you and Lily. Emily's breath caught. Why me? Because kindness is the rarest qualification, he said simply. And you have it in a way that changes people. Tears stung her eyes. She laughed weakly. Andrew, I don't know what to say. Say yes, he whispered. She wiped her cheek, overwhelmed. Yes, yes. He leaned back, relieved, a smile like sunrise breaking across his face. The helicopter ride home felt like another world. The neighborhood kids ran out screaming in awe. Neighbors peered from porches. Lily waved like a little queen. Emily stepped out of the helicopter, clutching Andrew's business card with trembling fingers. Her path forward suddenly brighter than anything she had imagined the day before. Andrew stood at the door of the helicopter, wind whipping his suit, and called out, "I'll see you Monday, Emily." She smiled, heart full. "I'll be there." The helicopter lifted, rising into the twilight sky, until it disappeared like a wish carried upward. Emily held Lily close as the last thrum of blades faded. One small kindness, one simple coffee, and her whole life had changed.